when trouble comes. Okay? Someone who can make one phone call and settle every challenge on the highway. Maybe your containers are arriving and then some people are saying some funny things on the road. He makes one phone call and they release your container without paying a dime. You need someone like that. And then C, you need a mentor. Everybody say a mentor. Someone who succeeded in the area you want to succeed at. A person that will show you the path he traded on. You need somebody like that. So think of who should be your mentor, your business mentor. That's what I'm trying to say. Someone like Coach Charis. People like that at that level. Because you want your business to get to that level. So get people like that. So that they will help your business to get to where they are. Good people, I mean, no, not bad people. Good people. They must be good so that they won't lead you into secret cult. And then C, or D rather, you need a coach. A coach. Someone who will sit with you, think through your challenges, and profile strategies, or tell you what to do to overcome that challenge. We call them a coach. That is the fourth person you need in your business. The fourth pillar, a coach. So a mentor is different from a coach. A coach is someone you pay, whose job is to sit with. For some people, they invite a coach, someone like me, once in a while, they invite me. I don't want to mention companies now so that somebody will be angry with me. But some big companies in Nigeria, the CEO have invited me for a lunch in Lagos here. We went to a cool place and then he brought out a note or a jotter. I said, these are the challenges I'm facing in my business. What should I do? And I began to advise the man, right? So you need a coach who can look at what you are doing and show you that this step you are taking now may lead you to trouble. Change it or do something better. And then E, we need growth plan. Everybody say growth plan. Say it loud, I want to hear you. Don't just open branches in every location at once. You need to be strategic in your growth adventure. So everybody wants their businesses to grow. But the question is how? What is your plan? What do you want to do? How are you going to get there? I want to use this story to explain how to grow gradually. The story of Huawei. Okay? So this is Huawei's growth plan. So this company founded in China or somewhere in Asia. So Huawei Technology is one of the world's leading telecom equipment companies with annual revenues of nearly $100 billion in 2023, has grown consistently through a succession of very deliberate choices made by the leaders. Everybody said deliberate choices. So while they were growing, this was what they did. They grew in stages. So don't just jump. You may land on the ground. So the first stage was to first of all cover rural areas. So Huawei gained a dominant position in China's rural markets where it faced less competition from bigger rivals. When they conquered that rural market, then the second stage was the cities. So the second stage, cities. It grew stronger and moved into the country's fast-growing but competitive urban centers. And then third stage was global market. You see how they started? Rural, then the city in their nation, then global. Third stage, global market. Only when the firm was sufficiently powerful did it expand abroad. First to emerging market, that's how to grow. Emerging market like Brazil, Russia, Thailand, Africa, and then big economies like United Kingdom, France, Canada, and then they had issue with America also during Donald Trump's leadership. He didn't want them to operate in US. The CEO said, we depend on scale. Everybody says scale. So we built in large, low competitive intensity market before entering more developed market. Write this down, everybody. Write it down. You will need this. So that was what he said. The CEO of Huawei, that's what he said. We depend on scale. So we scale from the rural areas and gradually move from there. So we built it in large, low competitive intensity markets before entering more developed markets at the end of the day. So they used the same thing because they were known for telecommunications, all these MTN, Airtel, the equipment they needed for us to use our smartphones. That was how they started before they now branched into smartphones. Smartphone was a few years back, but they were known for telecommunication equipment. So don't grow at once or don't run at once. You may land on the ground. So you need to have your growth, you map out your growth strategies or the steps you need to take. We cover here, then we cover here, then we cover this stage, then we move from there to this stage. If you are jumping from the first stage to the last stage, you may lose money and at the end of the day, go into trouble. So if I have a business in Sokoto like my good friend and I want to expand across Nigeria, for example, I will first of all cover northern Nigeria. The reason is because some of the things we take for granted in southern Nigeria are not in northern Nigeria. I've been everywhere in north apart from Jigawa and Zamfara. I've been to every state in the north apart from Jigawa state and Zamfara state. So most of the things we take for granted in the south are not in the north. So if I'm the one, I will cover Sokoto, then Zamfara, then I move down down to Kebbi because they used to be one state, Zamfara, Sokoto, and Kebbi. Then I moved down from there to Katsina, gradually penetrating the rural areas. I won't make noise and nobody will know what I'm doing. Before I get to southern Nigeria, I might even cover only the north and then move out of Nigeria, because in the south you meet plenty competitions over here. My friends, are you following me? Okay? So they used the same strategy when they started making smartphone. So the company originally concentrated on telecom equipment, serving the big telecommunication companies such as Vodafone, British Telecom, T-Mobile, and Bell Canada. It was recently they broke into consumer goods, providing smartphone for underserved market where it can attain dominance not only in China but also in several countries in Africa. So they penetrated Africa. For example, Itel, Infinix, and Techno are not sold in China, and I don't think they sell it in US, but the man started first of all in Africa, especially Nigeria. So before you expand, my friends, ask yourself this simple question: do I have what it takes to manage another business in a new location? Everybody say new location. Do you have quality staff that can manage that business in a new location? Do you have the time to oversee what they are doing over there? If you don't ask yourself this simple question, you may walk into trouble without knowing. Red Bull did the same thing when Red Bull started their expansion. Red Bull grew close homeland and developed a strong brand awareness and gathered loyal customer base before it branched out. It helped the company to accelerate its growth in new regional markets before they step into the global stage. Had this company attempted to move global at the same time, they would have signaled to Coca-Cola and Pepsi that energy drink is a good product. And know what Coca-Cola can do to a company. They would have chased them out. Or, pay attention to this: if you stretch yourself too fast and too soon, you may run into supply chain challenges. What do I mean? People need the product, is not available. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you rush to Ghana, to Cotonou, to Togo, and open outlet. People now like the product, but the product is not here. They still shut our border. How do you move it over to that place? How soon can you get it there? These are the considerations before you expand. One of my clients, a real estate firm, he wants to expand to a far state. I say, wait, let's hold this one first. If you move there, do you have people who can go there and manage that company for you? Before you know it, they steal your money and then rubbish your brand image, and then you are in trouble. So they would have revealed it to companies like Coca-Cola that there is an opportunity in the energy drink market, and if that happens, Coca-Cola would have sent them packing in the early stages. So market acceleration becomes much easier if your current customers, please write it down everybody, it will be easier if your current customers are creating new demand for you, or if there are customers in other locations that are placing demand for your current products. So you are doing something nice over here, either a product or service. Then you are getting calls from a particular location. Send one of your staff who is good with numbers to move over there and do market analysis. Find out the kind of people making the calls. Do they have the capacity to purchase what you are selling? And then when you find out what these people are looking for, at the end of the day, it may not be exactly the way you are selling it in your current location. You may need to modify it. Some of the products we buy in the south are not sold the same way, or people don't buy it the same way in the north. Before you accelerate, before you plan to grow, before you plan to move out, first of all, are there people making demand for what you are selling? If not, go for market analysis, market survey that will help you to find out whether there are people looking for it. So Red Bull went straight to its target audience at college parties, libraries, coffee shops, bars, and other places. They hung out. He got customers talking about it and then spreading the word about his product for free at the end of the day. And then finally, F is growth requires financing. For your business to grow, you need money. Okay? Business growth requires finance. Please, are you learning something this morning? Okay? Growth requires money. So where are you going to get the money for growth? So there are terms I would like you to know from today. Terms. They are simple terms, okay? For example, these are the terms. Debt finance means money raised by borrowing. Equity finance, money raised by selling shares. Now, if you ask me which one should you choose, I will say sell equity. That is, sell some shares to people. That is, to investors, to give you the money for expansion. Because you may borrow from the bank and then you have some issues on the way. You'll be in trouble. So it's better someone comes to me and say, I like what you are doing and I would like to buy some shares in your company. You will calculate the troubles you have gone through since you started that business, they are part of the equity. They are part of what you're going to sell. Because now the business is functioning well and you are making profit, then you add everything together. You can say to the person, I will give you 10% shares and then you pay me 500 million naira to be part owner. Then you can also leverage. A large amount of borrowed money is leveraging. You leverage on other people. And there are other forms of leveraging. We have OPM, other people's money, OPT, other people's time, OPT again, other people's talent, and then OPC, other people's contacts. You can also go to capital market, okay? So there are several ways to raise money, but you have to be intentional about it. But I prefer getting investors to be part of my business. Open that business up for people to be part of it, to own a chunk of your business and then give you money to grow it. So that is why you see these young guys in tech. Most of these tech guys like Paystack, Flutterwave in Nigeria, MoneyPoint, the founders may not own up to 5% value of that company. But the good thing is, if the company is massive, calculate the value of 5%. That will be also massive. That is the idea behind it. Let's quickly go to number 3 so that we have to cut short this session so that we can go for a little short break and all that and all that and all that. Number 3, crazy vision and goal. So in this summit today, everybody, you are going to set another goal or vision for your company before you leave here. Okay? Like I said before, our major challenge is having little expectations. You start a business, make enough money, and then consumption will start. That shouldn't be our goal from today. All right? So you need to start thinking beyond what you need and start thinking of how to grow something bigger that will outlive you at the end of the day. So I gave an advice to a young man somewhere. That advice is this. I said, create wealth, stabilize wealth, live simple life, then expand the wealth, mentor the next generation, hand over to the next generation, and then die. Right? So even when your business is now worth $500 million, nobody knows because you still live simple life. Simple. You're not causing trouble anywhere. And you're not causing traffic on the highway because Chief Doctor so has arrived. Please don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with chieftaincy title. It's a good thing. It's our culture. So take it. If you are given, take. But I'm trying to say that shouldn't be your number one intention, to be known, to be popular. Okay? Stabilize the business, grow it, let the business be bigger than you, then mentor someone to take over. Why? I'm sure most of us are parents, some of us are not. Start looking at your children. Is there anyone that likes business you can mentor? Tony Lumele started some years back to mentor Oge, his daughter, who is now almost taking over from him. So mentor one of your children. It can be the last born, it can be the second child, it can be the first one, or whichever one that has that passion for business should be the one you mentor. And don't send that person abroad. Let the person go to school here, understudy you before the person goes abroad at the end of the day. So I want to encourage you, my friends, to have clear vision for your company. Clear vision. Okay? Write it down if you can. Have clear vision for the company. Then you have clear definition of the vision. Our vision is to be in 54 African nations by 2044. That is 20 years from now. Then clearly define that vision, right? Then our strategy is every 5 years, we move to 4 nations. Then the second 5 years, we move to 10 nations. So you clearly define it. So that people that follows you, people that work with you, your partners, colleagues, and every other person, will understand really what you want to do with your vision. At the end of the day, the vision is not for you. The vision is for the company. They have clear strategy for the actualization of the vision. Having vision is fantastic. Knowing what to do to make it a reality is very important. Right? What are we going to do to make this vision a reality? To bring it to life. Bring it to life. Bring it to life. From the intangible realm to the tangible realm. What should we do to convert this vision to a reality? That is your job as the CEO, to convince your team to believe in the vision, buy into it, and then partner with you to make it a reality. Okay? So to design this crazy vision, do this. They are very simple steps. Design a crazy plan to do this. Do the following. A, have one of your visions should be have your own brand or range of products in your name. If you attended, those of us that attended the first CEO Success Summit in 2018, I emphasize it over and over here. I say stop selling generic products. Generic products are what everybody sells and everybody controls. So you sell engine oil, I can easily buy that same engine oil from the same company in China. So I said, have your own brand. Though you are buying that product from a particular company in China, but please give it a name so that your own product will be differentiated in the marketplace. Now, some people say, but I sell plenty products. I say it doesn't matter. General Electric sells hundreds of different products, but they have brand names. But then there is another way. There is another way to it. If you can create your own products with your own name, then have a popular brand name where those generic products are sold. For example, ShopRite sells generic products. Whatever you buy at ShopRite can be bought on the street, but there is a name that sells that product. So if you can create your own products, your own brands, then make the company name larger than life, massive, known everywhere. Though you are selling what everybody is selling, but because of the popularity of your name, people will be coming to your own outfit. So these are the two ways to go about it. If you can create your own products, then make your name known. Okay? So have your own brand and range of products and this, etc. Then you can have it in these areas: real estate, cosmetics, FMCGs, fast-moving consumer goods, oil and gas, fashion, telecommunication, fintech. Every one of us should start thinking of fintech. Oh, that is where the new money is. Did you read what's the name again? Central Bank later this morning. I read it. Why coming here? They are now decentralizing BDCs. That nobody will sell dollar on the street again. So if you want to be the tier one that will be selling dollars, then you need to have capital of 2 billion naira. Then tier two, we have 500 million naira capital. Now people who are smart will dive into it. So that instead of selling physical dollar, you can do everything. Transaction can be done online. Now, fintech guys will rush into it and grab the opportunity with two hands. Because sometimes we don't even understand what these opportunities mean. Second step, design a 10-year plan to sell these products across, let's start with West Africa, across West Africa. The picture you're looking at there is UBA Zambia branch. That is Zambia branch. UBA has over 1,000 branches in about 3 or 4 continents. 1,000. Imagine 1,000 branches. I was talking about, when I started, I mentioned scaling or economies of scale. Even if UBA Nigeria is losing money, other UBAs will cover their track. We help them to sustain the company at the end of the day. That's the sense of scaling up, moving that thing you are doing to another dimension so that you won't stay at a spot for a very long time. So design a 10-year plan. Every one of us, when we go for a short break now, sit quietly somewhere and design a 10-year plan on how to move that thing you are selling to the next level. Even if it's supermarket, you can scale it up. You can move it to another level. And when you do that, take note of this. Make sure each brand is self-sufficient. What do I mean? You are not directly running any of them. In other words, do what I taught you a few minutes ago. Build systems that will sustain each brand. Most importantly, have competent managers that will oversee each of the brand or each of the brand. Then give these people shares in your company so that they can manage the business as their own company. I maintain giving shares is better. Then after doing this, what do we do? C, raise $10 million. I know when I wrote this down, when I was thinking about this summit, and then I came across this, I said, it's going to be challenging when we look at it, just take a look at it. It might look so big, but this thing is not big. Including myself, I'm challenging myself. Raise $10 million. $10 million. Everybody write this thing down. Write it down. Or write it this way. My plan is to raise $10 million and invest in thriving businesses. It can be your own business or other people's business. You need income from businesses you are not directly running. People are afraid of doing this because of, the way our country is. People are afraid of doing businesses with people. I understand that. Because whenever I talk about partnership, people query me. They will tell me some stories of some partnerships that didn't work out. I say, I know, but partnership still works. So Jim Ovia invested in MoneyPoint. It wasn't Habaswigu actually. MoneyPoint they do billions of naira or even trillions weekly. Access Bank, yes, invested in Flutterwave. Every major business owner is also an investor. Everybody say investor. So you don't just run your own business. You also invest in other people's businesses to be part owner. If the business is viable, that is, the business gets sense, it makes sense, and that business can go far. That's the point I'm trying to make. And then let's jump to finally number 4, because I want to spend a little time on number 4. So please get all this and discussing today. They are going to help you to scale up your business and take it to the next stage. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? Everybody say it is possible. Say it is possible. Say like Americans, say it is possible. So number 4, develop your competitive advantage. That's number 4, your competitive advantage. In other words, how are you going to compete? What steps are you going to take in order to compete? And not just competing, but competing to win. Whether you like it or not, there is competition. For example, those of us in real estate business, you can now see that everybody is jumping into real estate because other businesses are failing. So people are jumping into it. And one of the reasons why they are jumping into it, because they have seen that you are making money from it. They observed you and discovered that this guy, I used to know him, now he's rich. So there is opportunity in this. So they are jumping into it. Now he's talking about a particular hotel called DoubleTree, owned by Hilton Hotel. So if you come into DoubleTree, that is like the reception down there, they fry cookies. You know cookies, right? Right at the reception there, they are frying cookies. So once you come in, whether you're lodging there or not, they will give you a cookie. So every day, this hotel fries or makes about 75,000 cookies, and they give all these cookies out to people that come into the reception. So this man now partnered with the company and did a research about the impact of these cookies, and they found this, that every day they make this, how it looks like they make 75,000 cookies daily, and that means they give it to 75,000 people. So 25,000 customers, because of free cookies, tells the story of the hotel just by giving them free cookies. So at the end of the day, he said before, what happened in 2020 again? Pandemic. Before that, the company was swimming in millions of dollars just by giving free cookies. So the competitive advantage this hotel has over other hotels is cookies. Because when we say competitive advantage, we think it's big thing. It's simply, what are you doing differently? What are you doing better than others? What are you offering that others are not offering? So if there are, for example,